good morning, good evening, or good afternoon. Whatever time it might be, welcome back to my garage. That's right, we are in another week of changing the oil. We did it last week. The video was delayed by a week, but we're still doing it. So today, we're gonna crawl under this car, change the oil again, continue this experiment, and see what a weekly oil change will look like with your vehicle. So let's get to it, get under there, and see what it looks like. So the tools for the at-home oil change are very simple. All you need is a drain pan. I've been having this for years now. I can't even remember when I got it. That's why the plastic part right here is broke off. Plastic part up there that is a cap is broke off. Should be around here. I have a funnel. This is an extra wide funnel. That way I can fit into the fill port and it fits snugly. And when I pour it, I shouldn't get as much of a splash as I usually get. And the last tool is a ratchet.
Now,
Easy
as far as
For
underneath
mine,
the vehicle,
I know it is 15.
we got the
That
drain port
is just-
right here.
I know that's
on
what
the
it
bottom
is.
of the engine.
You can search
And
around.
it's super easy to
Once
find.
you remember it,
You can
it's
just get
super simple.
underneath.
I just grab my 15,
You
grab
look
my
for your
ratchet.
sump, where that's where the
And that is
oil
about it.
kinda
That is all you
collects
need.
right down here at the bottom of the
I'm going
engine.
to check it. Right,
You go over to the back of it, and you should
that
be
is
able
all
to
to
find
it.
a bolt.
Looks pretty good. Try and keep it nice
And that's going to be the
clean,
drain port.
because
Mine
you're
should
changing
be
the oil
nice and
every
loose.
week. You're going to get a mess.
If you had it changed
these
somewhere
are pretty
else
clean.
and they did it,
And
they
that is
might
it
have put it on there
to
pretty
actually
tight.
changing your
But
oil
mine
at home. Very simple. 3
is pretty
tools,
loose.
all you need.
So I can come over here. Let's try it with the right hand. And if it is a little tight, what you can do is you can either use a hammer or just use your hand and loosen it up. And there, as I've always said, and the easiest tip for actually draining the oil is you start untwisting it, but you're keeping downward pressure towards the engine, and you keep that just going. You want to go a little bit quick towards the end. Keep that pressure on there, because that's going to keep the oil back, and then you pull. And as easy as that, we got the oil coming out. So let me go find a cup, and I'm going to go ahead and collect this oil to make a comparison of last week's. And nothing special is going on down here. I'm just going to use this, get a good collection. I think I'm going about halfway. And there we go. Another week's worth of oil, and to compare and contrast. Now over at the oil filter, I've been asked, what do you do if it's stuck on there? Like, I don't know how I got this on so tight last time, since I did it just last week, but for some reason, it is really stuck on there. So what you can do to get it off is they have these oil filter wrenches. And all they do is they come on here, you have to tighten them down. Same thing, righty tighty, lefty loosey. Once you get it tight, you got this handle right here. And all you need to do, use a little bit of pressure and just position it just correctly, because it is a very tight spot, so you want the handle as close to the engine as possible. That way you have that little bit of room to move it over, and it should come right out. Just use a little bit of force. I might have to put the camera down for this. And there we go. Oil filter is allowed to drain out. And from here you can just let it drain out a little bit. It's gonna run. Once you get that overflow of what was sitting in that pipe, it'll easily come right out without too much of a mess.
Now with the funnel and the fill cap, all I need to do is refill it. And again, I'm going to continue this experiment with O'Reilly's full synthetic 5W20. 5W20 is what my engine is calling for. And full synthetic, of course, is good, but this is the cheapest price and it should add consistent results. So I'm going to hold this funnel just with my hand here, and hopefully I can get a good pour and I don't make too much of a mess. Now while that pours, I'm gonna, of course, go over and I'm gonna have to get one more quart because the engine calls for 6 quarts. And unfortunately, these are only 5-quart jugs. So I have an extra jug that I've been using for these oil change. I'll add one more quart to it, and that's gonna be another week of oil change. Now check of the oil. We can see the first time. Of course, it's going to be nice and dirty, nice and black. First week of the change, looking good. And now this change, it's looking about the same. Looking like I'm getting about the same results. Doesn't look too bad. It looked even better when it was flowing, very nice and a golden brown, but of course once you pull it into a cup, it's looking a little worse and it's hard to tell. But there we go, 1 week of oil right there. So we'll try it next week, see if we get the same results, and we might actually have to call it at that because it's looking about the same. And there we go, another week down, the results are in. They're looking about the same. I'm thinking I'm hitting diminishing results right here, but I'm going to do it a couple more weeks just to check it out. Because why not? If you're not flushing your engine, why not change your engine more often? Especially if you're using cheap stuff. And that's what I'm using. That O'Reilly stuff is the cheap stuff. They say they're full synthetic, but bruh, come on. Anyways, well, that's another time, fashion here or there. But thank you very much for watching. As I always say, thank you for the likes, comments, subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell, all that stuff, because it does help out the channel. And even the dislikes. Yes, I'm talking about you over there. I know you're disliking it and you're still helping me out. But thank you very much for watching. As always, I mean it straight from the heart. Ride safe, drive safe. Tune in next week because we're going to do an oil change. You know I am. And keep at least 2 wheels on the road.